Good evening and welcome to another Monday Night Live at Cafe Gratitude. Thank you. That's amazing. That's truly amazing. I want to thank you all for coming out on Labor Day. I know some of you probably left picnics or barbecues or something to come here. Aw, we're going to just take a little pause for a moment. Oh, sweetie. So thank you for coming out on Labor Day. We've got Abeba Wright with us this evening. You probably know of her as the Crazy Cracker Lady. I am so excited that she is here. I'm so excited to be hovering over her plate of sample crackers, actually. I don't know if any of you were at the Santa Rosa Expo and had an opportunity to see her demonstration. It blew me away, and I really wanted her to come up. She lives in the East Bay, to come up and do a Monday Night Live. Before I fully hand the microphone over to her, I just want to tell you who's coming up in the next month. Next Monday, we have Stephen Campbell. That's Monday, September 14th. He's an author. He wrote a book called Making Your Mind Magnificent, Flourishing at Any Age. It's a beautiful book, and he's a wonderful speaker. On Monday, September 21st, we have Melissa Mango. I totally adore Melissa, and she's going to be talking about Melissa Mango's green cuisine, how to eat gourmet style without the heavy fats and complicated ingredients, which is important. The next Monday, we have another incredible chef, Jennifer Kornbleet, on Monday, September 28th. Her topic is going to be Raw for Dessert, the title of her second book. Now, this is where I'm going to ask for audience participation here and also there. Starting in October, every Monday in October, we have panels. And I need questions for the panels. So the first Monday and the last Monday of October, the 5th and the 26th, we have top raw chefs. We have an incredible lineup. And their panels are both going to be how the top raw chefs really eat. Then we have raw doctors, and which is incredible. We've got 5 raw doctors from the area, and that's MD as well as dentists, as well as naturopath and acupuncturist. And so it's going to be a really incredible night. So questions for them, and they're going to be talking about the top challenges and the top benefits of a raw food diet. And we've also got a raw athlete panel, which is incredible, and they're going to be talking about how to succeed as a raw athlete. So please either hand me some questions or email me some questions. We're going to also be transcribing those events and turning them into ebooks, and each person is going to be contributing something to that ebook besides their participation in the panel. So it's going to be a really neat after-event product. So tonight, Abeba Wright, the Crazy Cracker Lady. We don't exactly have the type of area here where you can do a demonstration. So just in getting to meet Abeba and having some conversations with her, I realized she had a lot more to contribute besides her incredible crackers. And we had a conversation where she was talking about the adjustments necessary in your lifestyle and maybe your spiritual philosophy, and just how we shop, just how we even organize our refrigerator to do a raw food lifestyle. So she came up with the topic, are you willing to adjust? Which is a pretty broad topic, so we'll see where she ends up going with that. If you haven't heard of her before, here's where I give the great intro. Abeba, known as the Crazy Cracker Lady, is a certified raw chef, teacher, and motivational speaker. She's been a guest at the Ann Wigmore Institute as a teacher and instructor. Her teaching methods are known to be fun, humorous, and filled with wisdom. One of her most treasured achievements has been writing her international best-selling book, Absolutely Abeba's Crazy Crackers, Learning the Secret to a Good Cracker. It's become a staple in both the raw food and the cooked food communities. She's contributed 8 of her most requested recipes to the best-selling book, The Complete Book of Raw Food, which features over 50 raw food chefs from around the world. And she was featured in the Bay Area's Oakland magazine discussing the raw food lifestyle and, of course, her crazy crackers. So here's Abeba Wright.
Shea makes me sound better than what I really am or what people think I am. But anyway, I just want to thank Shea very much for inviting me to come here. We actually had not met until last month, I believe it was. We were at a festival in Santa Rosa. John Kohler was giving the event, and she actually saw me on his website and called me up and said, listen, I'd like you to come and speak at our Monday Night Live. And I said, what's that all about? And we ended up being at this retreat, and I said, make sure that you introduce yourself to me so that I know who you are. So anyway, when she asked me to speak on something, I normally would think people ask me about talking about crazy crackers. I mean, what else would they call me and ask me to do? So when she says, well, no, we don't really have space for you to do a demo, but we will have you, I would like to have you come and talk about something. So as it got closer to the time of doing this radio interview or this telephone interview, I said, man, you know, what am I going to really talk about? So all of a sudden, I started thinking about adjustments, and what that really meant. So anyway, this morning, and actually probably for the whole week, I was thinking about adjustments. And so what I want to do is kind of ask you that question. When you hear the word adjust or adjustments, what do you think about? So I'm just going to kind of point out, and you can tell me what you think when you hear the word adjustments. What do you think about when you hear adjust or adjustments? Just say it out loud.
Adding more raw foods to your diet and leaving off the things that aren't so good for you.
Okay, and is it just about food when you hear the word adjust? It doesn't necessarily have to be about food. It could be about anything. So what would you say?
The first word that comes to my mind is loss.
Loss, okay. And what about you, young lady? What would you say?
Change.
Change is excellent. And then what about yourself in the beautiful, colorful top? What would you say?
I would also say change.
Okay, all right. Well, what I came up with from my list, just some words whenever I would say the word adjust, I had down adjust my schedule, adjust my seat belt, adjust my time, adjust medications. If people are on medications, you know, when you have to take medication, a lot of times the doctors will say, we might need to adjust the dosage. Adjust your shoe strap or adjust your belt buckle when you've lost or gained weight. You can be proud when you've lost weight. You can tighten that belt buckle. I put down adjust my braces. When I was in junior high school, I had to wear braces, and I remember when the doctor had to tighten my braces when my teeth were starting to move. Adjust your glasses when you have to have a stronger strength or a lesser strength. I also put adjust my eating. And that's where we come to this raw food experience. But before I do that, I'm going to just read to you the definition of adjust from the dictionary. To make mechanical changes so that parts fit or work together. They work together properly. To regulate, to make or become, or to make or to become suitable, to fit, to adapt, to adjust oneself to new circumstances. And in the raw food lifestyle, I've made a few adjustments. I'll just back up and say, as far as how I got into raw food, I was vegetarian first. I'm 53 years old, and at 25, I had to make my first adjustment when I had gone to the doctor and found out that my blood pressure was 160/100 at 25. And my family, both sides of my family, they do have high blood pressure. And my doctor said, if you don't want to take medication, you're going to have to do something. So that was my first big adjustment. So she said, I want to see you in 3 weeks, and if your blood pressure hasn't gone down, we're going to have to do something. So I decided I don't want to take medication. So what I did was I stopped eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I didn't eat the meat, but I tore those biscuits up because they were so good, and started exercising, which was something that I really didn't do. So when I came back 3 weeks later, my blood pressure went down to 130/90. So I said, okay, there's something with this food thing. And believe it or not, I really believe that I was born to be vegetarian, vegan, or raw foodist, whatever you want to call it, because even as a child, I really never ate meat. I always ate everything else on my plate. I'd eat the vegetables, the cornbread we had every Sunday, and if I got to the meat, fine. If I did, not a big deal. And then my older sister, she's somebody that I always wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. Whatever she said do, I would do, except for drugs. But she was vegetarian, and I said, well, that's what I want to do. So at 25, I became a vegetarian. I stopped doing all the fast food. My weight came down. I said, wow, this is really good. Then I became vegan. I'm going to get a little water here.